This package right here is what you will receive when you actually purchase the Genio. I'm going to go ahead and open the box and show you the actual parts. First, we're going to open the box. When you open the box, you're going to see 3 big boxes. Let's look inside the box and see what we have. First, we have this box, which contains the control unit. The other box we have has the headphones, the adapter, and a very kindly user guide that you may use. The third box we have has a lot of accessories in it. It has a mute lever, it has a sensor pedal, and the cable signal, the hanger for headphones, and lastly, it has a hardware kit for mute bar. Inside the box, there are 2 more things. What you see right here is the sensor. And then lastly, what you see here, this is the mute rail. This is a control unit, a headphone, power supplies, a user guide, and some hardware kits. This is the mute rail. Lastly, this is the sensor. Let's take the piano apart. First, lift the top lid. Then, separate the upper frame. Take out the fall board. And separate the key strip. Lastly, take out the lower frame. Before you take out the action, it is important to measure the length between the rail and the hammer shank. Let's look closely how to measure the length. First, you push the hammer, and from there, you measure the length from the shank to the rail. Separating the action. Separating the keys. Before you set up the sensor, make sure you vacuum below the keys. Before you assemble the sensor, you need to assemble the bracket. And slide it through the sensor. Now you're ready to assemble the sensor. Assembling the spring. Turn the spring counterclockwise as you insert. As you locate the black keys, make sure you put it next to the bracket. To find the right place, make sure that the very end of the sensor lever will meet the very middle of the black key. Once you've found the right location, make sure you make it fixed so that it may not move around. When you nail down through the spring, make sure the screw is straight. We're going to measure the length from the top of the sensor rail to the bottom of the black key. Between the bottom of the black key and the top of the sensor rail should be about 1.75 millimeters. You have to make sure that all of them has the same height. Make sure that all of the length is very consistent. Let's review once again. We have 5 brackets, which is located in 5 positions. Next to those 5 brackets, we located the black keys. To keep it stable, we put a screw on each of the brackets. Lastly, we have to measure the distance between the top of the sensor to the bottom of the black key. And you have to make sure that it's about 1.75 millimeters. Fixing the extension module. Connecting the signal cable with the pedal cable on the extension. There are 4 units. The big one is for the signal. The one next to it is for the sustain pedal. The next one is for the sostenuto pedal, and the last one is for the soft pedal. Make sure you plug in the white one into the sustained unit. The black one needs to be in the soft pedal unit. Lastly, you put the signal unit on the very big unit. Setting up the pedal. Find the biggest screw from the package and take out 4 of them. As you set up the sustain pedal, make sure that the length from the sustain pedal lever to the pedal stand rod equals about 25 millimeters. For the soft pedal, you will need to find a place to put the pedal stand rod. Find the place that has a lot of space, which in case would be on your left side. Try to find a place with enough room, which in this case would be on the very left side. As you press the pedal, you will see that the very end will go up. Because of this, as you place the sensor, make sure that you put it upward. When you press the pedal, it will lift the sensor up. Now we're going to connect the sustained cable sensor to the sustained pedal sensor. Also connecting the soft cable sensor to the soft pedal sensor. After connecting all the cables, make sure that everything is cleared up with the clamp. Fixing the brackets for the control unit. The length from the right side of the control unit to the inner side of the right leg of the piano should be about 80 millimeters. The reason why you need this space is because we need to put in the headphone hanger. Place the control unit under the key bed. Connecting the signal cable to the control unit. Putting the power supply from the adapter into the control unit. Make sure you clear out the signal cables as you work out. Place all 88 keys back to the piano. The standard mute rail should be modified to fit various kinds of actions. The measurement and the modification is recommended after disassembling from the frame of the piano. Mark the line on the mute rail that should be cutting, and cut the material to the marked line. disassemble the damper stop rail from the action bracket. Connecting the uni bracket with the spring. After you subtract the number, make sure you pull the lever to the top, like this. You can see that it says 40 millimeters. This length is same as the length that we got here, subtracting 5 millimeters. The second measurement, as you can see, equals 42 millimeters. If you look back at the record that we have written down as 40, you see that there is a difference of 2 millimeters. Make sure you write down the difference. From the record below, you can see that the difference is 0, 2, 2.5, and 1. In this case, you have to disregard the third column. So get rid of the third column. However, just keep in mind that the third column difference has to be plus. It cannot be minus. So now let's get rid of the third column and look at the first, second, and the fourth column. You have to choose the one that has the biggest difference. So in this case, it would be the second column with a plus 2 millimeters. Now that we've selected the second column, the difference would be 2 millimeters. This will be the point where we're going to adjust. Since the difference is plus 2 millimeters, we are going to shorten it down 2 millimeters. As we shorten the second column, the first column will automatically decrease. The third column would automatically decrease 2 millimeters, and the same thing for the fourth column. To fill in the remaining space, we need to insert the spacer. For the first column, because it's minus 2, we are going to insert 2 spacers of 1 millimeter. For the fourth column, it says minus 1. Therefore, we're going to submit a 1 millimeter spacer. To prevent the mute rail from shifting to the right and the left, make sure you tie it with a cable tie. Make sure that it's fully fixed. Reassembling the action on the piano. Fixing the lever. By using the cable clamp, make sure all the wires are inserted inside. Make sure that the cable lever has enough space so that it can automatically make a shape of a half circle. Put the mute lever into mute position like this. Make sure that the length from the hammer head to the string is 5 millimeters. In case you need to adjust the length, you may adjust it through the adjust cable. You can either turn it so that the length would get longer or shorter. After such adjustment, make sure that you only have 5 millimeters of difference between the hammer head and the string. In case you're having trouble with the let-off, adjust it with the regulating screw. How to initialize the Genio Pro. While holding the metronome button down, turn the Genio Pro on. After 3 seconds, in few seconds, the display should be as below. Press each of the 88 keys one at a time, all the way down with medium force and speed. After you have finished pressing all the keys, press the metronome button again to finish the calibration. It will take few seconds for the data to be stored in permanent memory. When the data is successfully stored, the display will change as shown, and the piano is ready to play again.